Hi there guys, it's Aaron here from Console Deals, back again with another video, a different kind of video, where I'm just gonna really keep it really relaxed and give you some initial impressions of my first day with the PlayStation 5. So if you're unaware, the PlayStation 5 finally released in the UK yesterday, and after a battle with the delivery man to get my unit here, I'm pleased to report that the behemoth itself is really big. The behemoth itself is actually in the flat. By the way, excuse the messy background, it's really small in here and my room just so happens to double up as storage. But what I'm going to discuss today, to get on to things proper, are 3 of the games that I picked up and give you some impressions about what I think of them and generally the PS5 as a whole. It's still very early days, but I think it's safe to say that the wait was worth it, and Sony have got another real big success on their hands. So first off, let's start with Astrobot Rescue. It's not Astrobot Rescue Mission, I always want to call it that. Let's start off with Astro's Playroom. So this of course is obviously the pack-in title that comes with every PlayStation 5. Remember when consoles used to come with pack-in games? Nintendo did, but then they released the Switch with nothing much. Well, this just so happens to be one of the best pack-in titles I think I've ever played. I mean, Wii Sports was good back in the day, but if you are talking about a game that showcases just exactly what the controller in the new DualSense can do, then look no further than Astrobot. You of course play as the titular Astrobot, and it works very similarly to Astrobot's Rescue Mission for PlayStation VR, which you also loved, in that you're navigating a series of cutesy 3D platformer levels as this cute little Astrobot creature, just trying to collect as many coins as possible. And the reason why I love it so much is because it's indicative of a game that you don't really see as much. Nobody was really doing 3D mascot platformers anymore for the longest time, throughout the most of the PS4 era and most of the PS3 era as well, to be honest. But as well as being just a really good 3D platformer, it also serves as a love letter to the history of PlayStation. Hopefully you're seeing some gameplay right now. Be careful not to spoil too much, but it's just the devil is in the small details, you know. And in terms of the DualSense alone, one of the first things you get to do when loading it up is pull the new haptic triggers and really feel the tension. So you're trying to boost the propellers. The jet propellers are coming out from underneath the handles, and it caught me off by surprise. I'd seen the previews, I'd read the previews about how good this controller was meant to be, so I think it's really a smart move from PlayStation to include Astro's Playroom right out of the box. Not a very long game, I must say. I've completed 2 of the worlds, and I know there's 4 with lots of hidden secrets to go out and discover, and already I think I've spent maybe an hour and a half with it, if I'm lucky. Obviously, if you want to go back and get everything, it's going to take a little bit longer than that, and I would say it's definitely worth it. But other highlights with the DualSense in Astro is just the pitter-patter. It's this new pitter-patter haptic feedback craze which everybody's going to be jumping on board, I'm hoping. Everything from when you walk on sand to when it's raining outside, you just feel it ever so slightly in the vibrations of the controller. You know, I'm hoping that people, developers, third party and first party, take this new haptic feedback potential of the DualSense and really run with it. And I think a good indication of that is it's not just first party releases that are using it at launch on the PS5, but third parties as well, because you've got, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, where your gun might jam, or the L2 button feels slightly differently to how the R2 does to navigate, you know, and communicate to you. That is different to hold a gun as it is to pull it. So yeah, Astro's Playroom, really enjoying it so far. I will definitely platinum that game. And then the next game I checked out was a little game called Spider-Man Miles Morales. Not technically a PlayStation 5 exclusive because it's also on PS4, but I think it's fairly obvious to say that, you know, you're getting the definitive version when playing it on PS5. So this of course obviously takes place just a couple of months after the main game, back from 2018, developed by Insomniac, and again, still really early on in this game, but it opens with an absolute bang. If you watched any of the previews, if you've seen any gameplay, odds are you've seen it. I'm not going to spoil too much in this video for you here, but it's really good. I think Insomniac, you know, to do something amazing once is awesome in the Spider-Man license, but to do it again already in the couple of hours that I've played, they really show a good handling of this character that is Miles Morales. I'm already empathizing with him, I'm already caring about what he cares about, and I think there's something really endearing about a Spider-Man that doesn't know what he's doing. You know, in 2018, with 2018's Spider-Man, the main game, the whole hook and appeal to me was that this isn't a Spider-Man origin story. You're not going to see Uncle Ben die for the umpteenth time. This is a 23-year-old Pete who knows what he's doing and enjoys being Spider-Man. And now by, you know, developing Miles Morales as this kind of standalone spin-off, Insomniac have really got a chance to show that they can do a Spider-Man origin story as well. It's very clever when you think about it. In terms of the gameplay, not too much has changed. This is the same New York, though it is coated in a lovely wintry, Christmassy coat of snow. And of course, the other important note is Miles Morales' Spider-Man has new Venom abilities, which I was worried at first would be too cumbersome on the controller, because already so much is asked of you. Even before you get to Miles Morales in the main game, like you have to web strike, you have to web people up, you have to point launch, you have to pull off finishing moves. So I was kind of worried that to add a whole new system on top of that, is it going to be too out of control? But I'm pleased to report that so far, holding down L1 and pressing whatever button you want to initiate a Venom move feels good so far. Spider-Man Miles Morales, it's definitely living up to the hype so far. And then finally, the last game I want to talk about is probably a game that you're not going to see too many people highlight, and that's Sackboy: A Big Adventure. You tend to see these types of games that launch games that cater towards all types of audience. So I would say Miles Morales you've got towards the mainstream gamer. Demon's Souls you've got towards hardcore action RPG fans, people that are really into their systems and like to be punished. And then Sackboy: A Big Adventure, it kind of slots in alongside Astro's Playroom, and that is intended for the family. But I'll be honest, I was someone that never really could connect with the Little Big Planet games. I enjoyed them for what they were, but after finishing the story, I never kind of fell into that whole play, create, share mentality. It was kind of too limiting. And then I did dabble in other people's levels, but they're just better at creating things than me. I'll write about games. I won't develop them anytime soon. But no, I think it's a new developer now. Sumo Digital have taken over from Media Molecule, and the story seems good so far. You got Dawn French and Richard E. Grant in there to add a little bit of Hollywood British cliche, class A talent. But the big appeal for Sackboy: A Big Adventure to me is that it's 4-player co-op, online and local. So it's an isometric 3D platformer in that you don't actually have control of the camera, and up to four little Sackboys can be running around at any one time. I've only tested it with 2 players so far. Me and my girlfriend were having a whale of a time yesterday, punching each other, throwing each other around, and just trying to collect as many coins as possible. She's a bit OCD, more so than I am. We have to go back and collect every coin. We have to go back and get every collectible. But no, it serves to scratch a very particular itch, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, so I hope people don't sleep on it. It is, of course, on PS4 as well, but similar to Astro's Playroom, it really utilizes the DualSense controller's haptic feedback, and I'm going to keep playing it. I'm going to hopefully platinum that game as well. Sackboy: Big Adventure, don't sleep on it. So there you have it, guys. Just some initial impressions from me about the first couple of PS5 games that I've been playing. Did you get a PS5? Did you pre-order one back in September? Did it arrive okay yesterday? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you'd like to see more informal, relaxed videos like this on the channel, do be sure to let me know. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and we're going to keep experimenting. But we recently reached 1,000 subscribers, and I want to thank you for helping us get there. Hopefully, this is just the start of something great. But until next time, enjoy your PS5, guys. Enjoy any console you happen to have. So many of these games are on PS4 as well, as mentioned. And until next time, happy gaming.